Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at a team from Inedequins, and he went 27 and 30 with this interesting FEAROW team, and honestly I want to give it a try, and it was a fun team to run. It was a really good team to run here. There is no actual clear say-stop for this team. It really depends on what kind of Pokemon you encounter, and I felt like it was a fun kind of more ABC style line. It wasn't like really that crazy in terms of you had to go and keep one certain Pokemon or whatever. They all really work well together. FEAROW itself was a fun Pokemon to run. It is very cool with the move Fly on it as well. I think, did I do it wrong? Does this Pokemon also have Drill Peck? It could be, but I don't actually have TM, so if I had that wrong, that is my bad. I'm actually going to check real quick if it has that, because I have Elite TMs. It does also in Drill Peck, so I had the wrong move on this Pokemon, which actually makes a big difference, so sorry for that one. That was kind of embarrassing. Yeah, you should want Drill Peck on this Pokemon, but this Pokemon also had Aerial Ace and Sky Attack and Twister, which I think saw before as well already, and I just didn't expect that this Pokemon also has Drill Peck. So my bad. This Pokemon is definitely way better if you have Drill Peck, which I didn't have, and that is a bit of a silly play by me. So sorry for that. This team still is very, very good, and I would really recommend it to you. And yeah, well, let's take a look at some of the gameplay here. I actually feel kind of embarrassed right now because, yeah, you really would want to have Drill Peck on this Pokemon. I just went for Fly because I thought, like, Fly is strong move, that must be the right thing. No, it's not. The thing is, why Drill Peck is so important is the pacing. You're going to be able to get there after 5 fast moves and not 6, and so that is better, especially in like matchups like this one, for example, against Marowak. You're going to be able to outspeed the opponent here against the Marowak. If you don't have it like we have, we are not going to be able to do that, and we don't really need the extra damage of Fly. Fly does a tiny bit more damage than the Drill Peck. I think it is even a bit better than damage per energy, but Drill Peck is by far the better move to go for, so yeah, again, I don't have the TMs though, so I cannot blame myself too much for that either. I cannot really change my TMs currently, thanks to on how the game currently works. And it's kind of really unfortunate. Like I find it really, really awkward on how it's impossible basically to get currently charged TMs in the game. I feel that's something that definitely has to change in the future as well. There are no added towards the free Go Battle League timed research for the season, which is already cool, but there's no real other way of getting that, and I try my best to maybe hopefully do a little bit more raids throughout the next week, because I'm going to be traveling anyway. I'm going to be in Frankfurt for the regional, so stay tuned for that one as well. Yeah, can't wait to be at the regional again. But yeah, I hopefully going to be able to get some more charge TMs there as well, because it's kind of ridiculous. Like I really would like to showcase more Pokemon, but I'm currently at 1 charge TM, and that doesn't really help me. Especially as we're going to have a lot of interesting Pokemon coming up as well for the Open Ultra League, where also Empoleon, for example, is going to be very, very helpful, as Empoleon is going to be a Pokemon that's going to be very, very strong for this meta as well as for next meta. Haven't actually tried out Empoleon yet for this meta, which I should most likely do still. It's a Pokemon that a lot of people really enjoy to run as well, but I think, yeah, there are going to be a lot of other Pokemon that are going to be very cool and interesting to showcase for the Ultra League as well, like a Togekiss. Crustle is a Pokemon that I still want to build as well for the Ultra League. Yeah, a lot of Pokemon there as well, and I cannot need my charge DMs for that. So, I don't know. Let me know down below how it is for you. Do you have enough charge DMs for the Go Battle League? I am literally at a point where I can't even showcase certain Pokemon now because I have the wrong moveset on them. Unless the fast move is changed, I have big troubles, I guess, there. But there are other Pokemon that I can also maybe hopefully showcase, like the Dodrio or something like this for the next season. For the Ultra League there, which I have already built. But I need for everything a charge DM, and it's just very difficult. So yeah, again, FEAROW would be just better with Drill Peck. Would be straight up better with Drill Peck. Drill Peck is just going to be that 5 energy cheaper, which is going to make quite a big of a difference for this team. But good that I only literally realized while recording that this Pokemon also would have had Drill Peck, and Fly wasn't the ideal move. But yeah, still, this team is going to be amazing. Enjoy the gameplay here as well. We're going to be able to knock out the Marowak, and we can talk a little bit about how this team works now. So, why did I say that there is no clear say-stop? Yeah, basically, our backline, both of them are going to be good against ground-type Pokemon, which is going to be the main weakness of our lead. This is going to be ground types. Another weakness of the lead is going to be grass-type Pokemon. if you're going to encounter a grass type Pokemon in the lead, what do? You swap into... Depends. It really depends. If it's, for example, I guess... Yeah, okay, mainly you would mostly want to swap out into Dewgong. But if it's Credilli, you maybe want to swap out into FEAROW. Especially, by the way, if you're going to have the move Drill Peck, which is going to allow you to outspeed Credilli no matter what. But yeah, basically, you kind of always want to go into the Pokemon that's going to be worse against the lead. Like, if the lead is something like, I don't know, like, yeah, something like Superior, you would go into your Dewgong, because Dewgong is allowing you to do fast move pressure. You can pressure and shield or whatever as well, but you're still going to keep your better answer in the back, and just in case that the opponent is going to swap out, which is going to be the ideal way. For example, if the opponent has an Altaria in the lead, or Gligar, you go into your FEAROW say-stop, which is going to be better in that regard. No matter what, you're going to have a guaranteed say-stop here that's going to have access to the move Drill Run, which is a very, very smart thing here to have, because you have a ground type in the lead that already has the ground type coverage, of course, and Drill Run is going to allow you to have the same coverage, so if you're going to get out, for example, a Steel type Pokemon, you're still going to be able to punish him with both of your Pokemon that you have in the back, and this makes the team so cool, and this makes the team so unique, and it would be so much better if you would actually have the correct moveset on the FEAROW here. But it doesn't really matter for this team. I still went very positive, and I see a lot of the games would have been way better and way easier if I just played the FEAROW correctly there. So that's kind of cool. But here, for example, is what I mean. You can just basically counter those Pokemon that you're not supposed to counter. Bastion is supposed to counter your Pokemon there, but because we have Drill Run on our say-stops, we're going to be able to always kind of counter what our lead can do as well, which is kind of great. And Pokemon like here, like this one against Dusclops, is actually going to be quite neutral. Every Pokemon here that we have is kind of neutral. I should have swapped out here already a little bit earlier, but I tried to get to the move. It didn't work out for me, which is alright. Icepunch is coming in here. We are going to be able to swap out here now into our Dewgong. We put them already low, which is kind of good, because now we can maybe put them even to range for one charge move in order to then hopefully do something later on. But as you can see, they actually run Poltergeist, an interesting tech move, which does a lot of damage, but that's basically it. It doesn't really do anything else. But as you see here, we're gonna have to go for the Drill Run against the opponent. After that, yeah, Bastion swap in. They go into that Dragonair. We can still drop the opponent's attack. We can swap out here afterwards as well. What you have to do is we have to go now for double Mud Bomb in order to knock them out. First Mud Bomb is coming in. This is going to allow us to get half of the health, and then we're going to be able to go for another one to get the KO. But can we still win the battle here? Let's find out. We're still going to have here the Dusclops coming back in again. We can go for the Mud Bomb. This is looking really, really nice for us. This is going to allow us to get that KO. Now we can move on to the next opponent. I really regret, by the way, trying to build the Hypno that you saw in the video earlier on the channel, like yesterday, because the Hypno was a Pokemon that needed like 12 TMs, and I, at the end of the day, didn't even use the one that I wanted to use. And I really have to be a bit mindful with the TM usage. It's just very, very awkward. Yeah, it is what it is. Here we're going to see the Covenant against us. We're going to be able to go ahead and go into our, what's called, yeah, Stunfisk. Stunfisk is going to be alright for us. We're going to try our best to go for the Discharge. And as we will see here as well, Discharge is coming through. It's going to allow us to do some solid damage against the opponent. And we can try to go for the full farm on. We still should be able to take a hit here. So that's going to be alright, as there is going to be our Dewgong coming in. This is going to look really, really good for us, as we have now the Credilli coming in as well. Should be definitely kind of a win here for us. I think it's going to be a positive matchup for us. We can just use a shield here. We are going to be able to outspeed them because we're going to have a little bit of an advantage there. Also, you see here, I have the wrong moves on my Dewgong. I have two different Dewgongs built. This is my, water move Dewgong. I have one with Drill Run, one with the Aqua Jet after Aqua Jet got buffed quite significantly. Both of them are very cool in their own kind of ways. Here, we are going to be able to snipe them though with a Mud Bomb already, which is going to be alright. This is going to allow us to do quite a bit, and they're going to swap out into that Gastrodon, where we have to rely now onto our Dewgong. Luckily, they don't run Earth Power anymore, which is going to be very good for us, because it would be a lot of damage that comes our way. But as you see here, it still doesn't really matter too much. The opponent is still going to be able to take those hits quite easily, and we cannot rely a little bit too much on our fast move pressure here. We need to kind of go for another charge move to knock them out. But as you can see here, they decide to stay in, and we're sadly going to lose here. It is what it is. We can move on to the next opponent. Here we're going to have a great lead. We're going to see this swap out again into Dusclops. It seems to be a very common core here. I guess Dusclops together with that Togekiss. Togekiss is a very strong Pokemon. I wonder how good it's going to be actually in the other leagues, because it's going to be good in kind of all of the leagues. But as you see, our Mud Bomb is coming in. We're going to have the FEAROW coming in now as well next. We're going to let the move go. This is going to be the Ice Punch coming through from the opponent. We can try our best with the Fly. Again, I wish I had Drill Peck. Honestly, I really wish I had Drill Peck now in hindsight, because most of the chaos we got here, we would have also been able to get with a Drill Peck. We didn't need to Fly. Like, this would do here a lot of damage as well, no matter what we're going to go for. It is going to be shielded up. And I don't know, maybe I would have been even able to get to another Fly there with all the energy that I wasted before. I'm not too sure. In comes here the Mud Bomb, which is not the way to go either. I misclicked. I want to go for the Discharge, but I kind of went onto the exactly wrong button. So good job, me. And with that, we are just going to be in a position where we just don't really have a great chance. We're going to have the... Oh, actually, maybe it's going to be alright. They're going to have these super effective hits against us here with the Rock Tomb, but we also still have the shield, so actually we're going to be in the right spot. We can go for the Icy Wind. We are going to be able to get them kind of low. We still have to go for another charge move, but I think we're okay. Like, we can let the move go even. It's going to be debuffed Rock Tomb at this point. We can knock them out here with our own Icy Wind. And yeah, we are quite debuffed. We're gonna swap out, we're gonna try to go for the Discharge, we have the shield, and we're gonna be able to win this one. Like, there's not a lot that they can really do here. So yeah, good game to the opponent. We can move on to the next one. Well, let's see what we're going to have next. We're going to have here the Toadskull. That's a horrible lead. I should go into my Dugong. Both of them are kind of fine. Dugong is better offensively, so we're gonna get some immediate damage in. But the FEAROW is just better defensively, and that's why I decided to go into my Dugong here first. Also, it's going to be better against the Denny. We're going to get the shield advantage here straight away, which is kind of important. There's no real point of baiting there, by the way, if you are the Dugong, because at the end of the day, you're always going to be able to get at least an advantage there. We're going to get all of the health out of the opponent here, or like all the energy out of the opponent. They end up with 2 defense buffs, which is kind of cool for them, but they have to take a Mud Bomb. They're in a matchup where they cannot really do a lot. And so we are in a solid position. Like, we are really in a solid position. We are going to be able to just go ahead and let the move go. We can try to reach a Mud Bomb for ourselves here. This is going to allow us to get the KO against the Denny. There's no way that they're going to use shield here again. And so we have a shield advantage. We're going to have the Toadskull and the FEAROW here. And again, if we would have had Drill Peck, that would have been a bit easier. But honestly, it's not too bad though either here, because what we see is we're going to do a little bit more damage than what we would have done with the Drill Peck. So we're going to be a bit better at farming them down. And with that, we are going to be able to win this battle. Because what is the opponent going to do here with their Toadskull? I can just go for 2 flies and win the battle. Again, if I had Drill Peck, this would have been again easier, as you don't need as much energy, and we would have been able to reach it here already. But it's going to be fine. As you can see here, Rob is coming through. We're still going to have a Fly coming through as well, which is going to get the KO. And so we're going to be able to win this. I'm still so upset about it not being Drill Peck. Like, there's no point of not running Drill Peck. Drill Peck is such a better move. Drill Peck is like a move that makes me want to play even Zapdos again. Like, Zapdos is going to be an interesting Pokemon with that move set as well right now. Doing so much damage, and now having even a cheap move that even does a lot more damage as well is kind of mad. As you're gonna see here, we are going to have the charge move coming in. This is going to be a card move on the Dartrix. We get a little bit of extra energy. We can swap out of here. I should have swapped out earlier, but I think I kind of didn't really pay attention to it as well. I didn't even know that they called the move there. And as you see here, the C-Bomb is not going to really do that much damage. We are going to be able to just let the move go. And we have here now the charge move coming in from us. Icy Wind is coming in, is coming through. This is going to allow us to get the KO, and the Stunfisk is going to farm us down. We still have our energy on our own Stunfisk though. We overfarm by quite a bit. We can take the hit here as well. Hopefully we're going to be able to win this final battle, but again, we could have definitely played this a little bit better there. This Mud Bomb is going to get the shield from the opponent, which is interesting, as we will see now that we can use a shield ourselves. I think we're going to be alright here. As long as we can hit a move, I think we're going to be alright. I expect the opponent to stop out eventually, which I do now into Murkrow, which we can now go for the Discharge, which is going to be a good play. Getting a ton of damage here, going into the FEAROW, trying to get to that Drill Run. We should be able to reach it one in time. I should be able to take the hit as well. The FEAROW is traded. It doesn't have the best IVs, but it's still alright. It's my best one that I had, thanks to my girlfriend actually sending it to me. So yeah, it's an Irish FEAROW, which is kind of funny and shiny. But as you see, the opponent's going to be able to farm us, and Yeah, I could have played so much better. I could have just played so much better. Didn't do that, so deserved loss here. Or do we? We actually still win because we win the CMP time. And so, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.